was to explain my story. And then just to talk about my purpose. My purpose means Buddhism, to propagate the Buddhism, how to propagate the Buddhism, according to your suggest, I must say. My name is Shin Yanisra. Shin means reverend or venerable. Yanisra, this is a name. A Buddhist name. In all of our Theravada Buddhist country, we use Buddhist language. Buddhist language means 2,500 years ago in India, northeastern part of India, Magadha state, used this language. Nowadays, this Magadha state changed to another name, Bihar state. So this language is very important in Buddhism because at the time of Lord Buddha, when he taught his teaching, he used this language. Through the 2,500 years journey of the Buddhism, all our Theravada monks maintain in this language, especially Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and Sri Lanka. In those countries, we maintain preserve Buddhist teaching. Therefore, this language is very important. My name is Nyanesara. Shem is a prefix word, like reverend or venerable. Jnana and wisdom, two words are combined. Jnana means wisdom. Ishara or Itara or Isara, different pronunciation, same meaning, wisdom. Therefore, you can call me Dr. Wisdom. Ishra means the king. Dr. Wisdom King. This is my name. I was born in Myanmar. Former name, Burma. New name, Myanmar. 1937. So now I am 69 years young, not old. I study my English in the countryside monastery of our country, Myanmar. At the age of 15, I ordained as a novice, lower ordination. At the age of 20, I received a higher ordination to become monk. In my countryside monastery, under the guidance of a countryside abbot, I studied basic Buddhist education, Buddhist scripture before my higher ordination. After receiving of a higher ordination, becoming of the monk, I studied my higher Buddhist education in Yangon, capital of Myanmar. Mandalay, second largest city in Myanmar. Almost 10 years. And then I went to Buddhist University in Yangon. I think around 32 years, all over my age, I went to the forest, very deep forest, very far from the village, practice meditation, and live in this forest alone for 5 years. Meditation. After meditation in seclusion, I went out the forest and teaching, preaching every day from village to village, from town to town in Myanmar. I started my foreign mission since 1981 and traveled only the Asia, India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Malaysia. 1982, I went to United Kingdom. I stayed in Birmingham, West Midland of the UK, almost 1 year. I studied my higher English there. End of 1982, I came to United States. This is my first traveling to USA. I stay in Nashville, Tennessee. Tennessee is very famous country music. On the other hand, I think Nashville is a center of a Roman Catholic mission. I study Christian, Roman Catholic, and English, and comparative study of religion in Vanderbilt University. And then I'm traveling almost every year throughout the world. Nowadays, I think I have a travel over 40 countries throughout the world. In 1992, we started to organize Theravada Missionary Association, Theravada Buddhist Association in Austin, Texas. We have a register in 1994. We purchased this land in 1996. This is a Tiragu Buddhist Vihara, founded by myself, founded by our Theravada Dhamma Society. Not many Theravada Buddhist people are living in this city, very few. But I like this city, Austin, capital of Texas state, because the weather is very warm, like Burma. Not necessary to use much dress in the winter, very low cost. Therefore, I chose this place. For my health also, it is very proper, this weather. Very suitable, very comfortable. I like very much. When I see the overhead scene of this Austin, look like my place, Sagai Hill. Everywhere hill, and the mountain, river, Colorado River. When I see this river, I'm so happy. Because in Burma, Myanmar, my monastery on the bank of river Irrawaddy. Irrawaddy is the longest river in our country, longest and biggest river in our country. In my place, nowadays, almost 1,000 monasteries and nunneries, over 10,000 monks and nuns and novices are dwelling. I established water supply system, water donating system. I donated at least 500,000 gallons per day for those monks, nuns and novices for 25 years. My water resource is this river, Irrawaddy. And then I establish hospital, charitable hospital for those monks and nuns and novices. And then I establish International Buddhist Academy. In this academy, I am teaching Tibetica in English for Myanmar Theravada monks especially, as a training for Buddhist mission throughout the world. I'm a teacher every day. On the other hand, I accept foreign students also. Sometimes I accepted foreign scholar. For example, someone from United States, University of Michigan, University of California, University of Harvard, they are learning Theravada Buddhism in their university, in the Department of Religious Study or Buddhist Study or Asian Study. They finish their master in their university, but they want to write a thesis for their PhD. Therefore, they go to the Myanmar, search for the teacher and guidance or supervisor. Therefore, many students from United States come to my academy and study Theravada Buddhism, Satipatthana or Vipassana or Abhidhamma, or and supervisor give the guidance. They wrote a thesis. Some American students finish their PhD, wrote their thesis in my academy. So this is my work for the propagation of Buddhist teaching in brief. For these project, water supply project, hospital, 100-bed hospital, Buddhist Academy, this Thitigo Buddhist Bihara, Austin, Texas, for this project. All our expenses are depend on only donation. Myanmar people, Myanmar devotees are very wonderful people. If they have a chance to listen and to practice Buddha's teaching, they are ready to donate for the Buddha's sasana or Buddha's teaching. So this monastery depends on donation. In Myanmar, my very big projects also depend on donation. So what is the purpose of this mission, this work? In the very beginning, I told you the river, Colorado, always bringing the water. Along the riverside, many people use this water. I would like to say river work, welfare for living creature or living being, supporting it is water. The cow also always given their milk, supporting the people, but they eat only the grass. The ox also given the rice, food to the people. I mean, it is an Asia tradition. In the United States, all of farmers are working in their farm with a machine. In Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, when these farmers have plucked their farm, they use only the ox. So what I mean, Buddha said, Lokatacharya, striving welfare for all, without expecting any advantages for oneself, like a cow, like an ox, like a river, like a tree. Tree also given always a fruit, food, leaf, and a flower. They never expected for their advantages. So it is very important to educate the people. Nowadays in the world, most people, uneducated people, unlearned people, they are very selfish. Because of this selfishness spirit, fighting each other. If, for example, if I have a real so selfishness spirit, I do not want to share whatever I have, how much I have, I do not want to share. Whatever I get money, this is my possession, this is my own. Keep this possession. Never share with other people. The selfishness spirit around me, other people's looking at me. But anyway, it's so stingy, so selfishness in their heart. They feel unhappiness. They cannot joy in their mind because of my selfishness. This is the source of fighting each other in the world today. So we need to educate the people, whatever you have, whatever you get, according to your effort, according to your wisdom. If you possess some amount of materiality, you should share. We should share with others. In Buddhism, it is called donation. In the world, most of peoples are very unlucky. They don't have enough money. They don't have enough shelter. They don't have enough clothes, food, medicine, education. In the world today, there are two kinds of poor. Materially, we should share. For example, now Louisiana, over some millions of people are very poor. They don't have water, medicine, food, clothes, everything lost. Around the world, many people should share their possession with these poor people. Because of physical poverty, sometimes mentally also become poor. Mentally poor and physically poor, these two poor in the world today. Most important, most dangerous poor is mental poor. I do not want to share my possession with others. This is mental poor. At that time, other poor people, free in their mind. How do they feel? Jealous. He is a rich man. She is a rich man. His house, bigger than me. His car, better than me. Better than my car. His house, oh, bigger than my house. His face appearance, more beautiful than my face, etc. They do not, they cannot enjoy others better. This is also one kind of mental poor. Lower people, poor people, feel in their heart jealousy. Rich people feel their heart stingy. Jealousy is stingy. This is the evil of the world. Fighting each other. This evil motivated to be devil. Devil working throughout the world, conflicts, fighting, killing, terrorism. So terrorism, so fighting, killings, these sufferings are the work of devil. Behind the devil, we should look driving force, which are stingy and jealousy. So we need to replace in the place of a stingy with generosity. We need to replace in the place of jealousy with joyful happiness. with the joy. So, what is the purpose of your mission? My mission wants to educate the people. This is a universal education. If is someone going to say, oh, this is a Buddhist education, this is not only for the Buddhists. Jealousy, stingy, generosity, and joyful happiness. Appreciate joy. We must appreciate your education. You are doctorate of philosophy, professor of Tennessee State University, professor of Texas University. I am the doctor of Theravada Buddhist University, etc. We must appreciate each other to feel the joyful happiness. We must forget label, stick upper level of our human life. He is a white man. She is a white lady. She is a black lady. White or black, or it is nothing. Purity of heart is very important. We should look into the deepest level of the heart. What the qualities are latent in her heart or his heart? We must understand. Global understanding is very important. Jealousy and stingy, these are the cause of fighting each other. If we cannot appreciate, if we cannot join others a high standard, we're going to do the competition. Competition is the starting point of fighting. Because of a competition, they want to fight, going to fight. If someone want to fight each other, they're going to produce the weapon. First World War, Second World War. Why these wars rises? Where the source of these wars? All of us scholars should research. From the Buddhist philosophical standpoint, I can say any war, any fighting, any battle in the United States last over 100 years ago, any people fighting on this land. Some are coming from the Spain, some coming from the France, some coming from the Belgium or Germany or England or Dutch or on this land, they are fighting each other. Why they fight each other? This land is my possession. This mountain is my possession because there's a gold mine. This land, this estate is my possession because of stingy and greedy. Stingy and greedy are associated. Jealousy and hatred are associated. These are evil spirits in the Buddhist philosophy. I want to repeat again. Stingy, my land, my estate. This is stingy and greedy. Because of greedy, stingy arises. Because of stingy, greedy arises. These two mental states are associated. On the other hand, jealousy and hatred. Because we're jealous, hatred and anger rises, killing, fighting, battling. These mental states are called evil. Because of this evil, fighting, killing, terrorism spread throughout the world. So Pope Jumbo, or not Pope Jumbo, not Jumbo, Pope, the present Pope in Rome, after the 7th July this year, London bomb, after the London bombing, he said, these terrorism are the work of the devil. That is true. I want to say, these terrorisms and fightings and killings and battlings are the manifestations of evil. So we need to educate the people not to do any evil. What are the evil? They must understand. To do all good. What is good? Why it is good? They must understand. You see, even the animal, ox, cow, they work welfare for mankind. The cow always producing the meat for the people. The ox also producing the food for the people. So, we must change, we must combat this situation according to the Buddhist standpoint. Compassion different from other. According to the Buddhist standpoint, compassion means changing from jealous to joy, from jealousy to appreciated joy. This is Buddhist compassion. We need to combat this war in this way. We need to combat from the stingy, greedy to generosity, sharing our possession with others. This is the meaning of a Buddhist compassion. But most people very ignore this philosophy. So ignorance is a original source of all kind of evil. All evils are firmly rooted in this ignorance. Not to do any evil, Jesus taught. Not to do any evil, to do all good. Muhammad also taught. This message is very good. Not to do any evil, to do all good. Not to think any evil, to think God. Not to speak any evil, to speak God. Later, Gautama Buddha also delivered this message 2,500 years ago. Buddha, almost 600 years earlier than Jesus. Over 1,100 years earlier than the Muhammad. Not to do any evil, to do all good. Not to speak any evil, to speak God. Not to think any evil, to thank God. Said by the Buddha. This is a universal teaching. Never organize the people to come back from their own religion to become Buddhist disciple. Real conversion from ignorance to wisdom, from jealousy to appreciated joy, from stingy, greedy to generosity, donation, charity, from anger, hatred to loving kindness, from killing, cruelty to compassion, from jealousy to appreciated joy. This is a Buddhist compassion. But most people, not to do any evil, they don't know what is evil. To do all good, they don't know what is good. Not to speak any evil. Not to speak, not to think any evil. They don't know how to do rightly, how to speak rightly, how to think rightly. Very few people understand this teaching, this message. So sometime I would like to, sometime in some conference, multi-faith conference, Buddhist conference, religious conference, conference for the social work, many conferences I attended. Sometimes I suggested in those conferences, we need to re-establish the education infrastructure of the whole world. Since 1914, I think so. Yes, 1914 or 1913. 1913, 14, 15 in those days. '13th century, 14th century, 15th century, in those years, around this year, AD. Most scholars said these are Renaissance. Science and technology arises well advanced. And what year do you remember? What century? 13.
Renaissance, the 1500s of the Renaissance, the Enlightenment comes just after that, the 1600s.
Yeah. 15th century AD, no?
Yeah.
15th century, yes, 15th century AD. Around this year.
Right.
Science.
16th century would have been the 1500s.
Yeah.
And then the 17th century, the 1600s. So the Renaissance in the 16th century, Enlightenment, the 17th century.
Yeah, yes. In those years, it is called Renaissance. Science and technologies rises and advance very well. This is called Renaissance. Because of these science and technologies advancing, spiritual, moral educations down and down and down. The two educations are not balanced. Modern education and moral educations cannot be balanced. This is a big problem for the young generation of the world. Nowadays, most students, they don't believe the religion. 1982, when I was in the United Kingdom, I stayed in a village, Walton St. Lawrence, near the Oxford, in the township of Redden, out of London. In this village, I stayed 3 months in a house. The house owner is an English lady, over 70 years old, very fierce, devoted Buddhist. She invited me to stay at her house. She always served breakfast, lunch, etc., everything. After breakfast, I walk around in this village. I like very much a countryside village, Walton St. Lawrence. In the middle of this village, very big old church, very old. The building stands like a Roman castle. And Sunday, around 9 o'clock, the clergyman always ringing the bell. Dun, 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 dun. This bell is a very long ringing, sometimes almost 30 minutes. I'm walking along this village, around this church, looking at this church. Around the 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Very old ladies and gentlemen, very few, not more than 25 or 30. Slowly, coming into the church and sitting. This Christian monk stand by this people, start to teach. I enter into this church, sit behind the people, listening his teaching, Bible. After 2-3 weeks, this Christian clergyman approached me, asked me, "Hey, I think you are Buddhist." "Yes, I am a Buddhist clergyman." "From where are you coming?" "I came from Burma or Myanmar." "Where you are staying?" "I stay in your village," and somehow, etc. I explained. You are Buddhist, I am a Christian. I am teaching, you are listening. What is your aim and object listening my teaching? He asked me. I explained. I laugh at Jesus. Why? I read the life story of the Jesus. Jesus studied the Tibetan Buddhism in the north, very far northern part of India in the Himalaya for many years. I believe him, he attained supernatural power. When he go back to his home, in the history I read, the country of Babylon was dropped. So famine, no more food, because of for 6 or 7 years, no more rain. In the history said, because of jealousy of the God, because of anger of the God, anger punish. God punish. That's a Babylon country. So no rain. At that time, Jesus support the food, whole country, from only one bread. Very powerful Jesus. I read this story. Therefore, I like very much Jesus. He strive welfare for others out of compassion, out of loving kindness. This compassion and loving kindness, our common platform to work on together. Buddha also emphasizedly taught loving kindness and compassion. But this compassion and loving kindness must be associated with wisdom. Sometimes love and compassion are very strong and very high without wisdom. Sometimes only the wisdom, no compassion, no loving kindness. If we have only the wisdom, no compassion, no loving kindness, good, hard-hearted wise man. It is dangerous for the nation. Sometimes we have only the loving kindness and compassion, no wisdom. Go-hearted blind. Buddha is a wonderful teacher. These two qualities must be balanced. Jesus have these two qualities and balance his heart. So he support the food, whole country, while they are famine. I love him. Therefore, I study about the Jesus. I want to listen about loving kindness and compassion taught by the Jesus. Therefore, I came to your church. He embraced me. So happy. Okay, you asked me a question, I give you answer. I want to ask you one question. Yes, he promised. Okay. I every day walking in your village, only the Saturday and Sunday, I saw in your church little function, little people coming. Or other day, close all door, quiet. Why? on Saturday, Sunday, people are coming, they are only the very over-age people. Not the young people are not coming. He said, there's a clergyman said, nowadays in the West, young generations are struggling to be liberated from religion. Wonderful. So I feel so sad for young generation, not only for the Buddhists, but also for all country. They do not understand what does religion means. Religion teaches to be subtle of the heart. They do not understand. They are following only the science and technology. When they are going down to the science and technology, deeper and deeper, they are ready to give up the religion. So I would like to suggest we should try to re-establish education infrastructure all over the world. Modern education and moral education must be balanced. Because young generation do not understand what is good, what is evil. This is ignorance. Sometime in United States, last 1998, I stay here almost 1 year. 98. I used to watch on television CNN almost every day. Now very important. I must watch on television because Rita hurricanes coming to do the trouble. It was a sin by the God or devil, or if I answer this question, who gave the correct answer? Okay, leave this question. On the news, broadcast by CNN, in the Denver, capital of Colorado, some high school boy took out the gun, shoot the student in the classes. On the spot, 24 students were dead. Policemen capture this student and investigate immediately away from the psychological standpoint. Psychiatric doctor investigate. Mentally it's very good. On the other standpoint, this young boy doesn't use the drink and drug. Investigate immediate way. But he confessed it. This boy confessed it in front of the policeman. Crime is way to fame. Wonderful answer. He wants to become well known throughout the world. He wants to become the famous throughout the world. Therefore, killer become famous. In the CNN headline news also, hourly announce the photo of this boy and gun. He's a saying, crime is a way to fame, crime is a way to fame. Nonsense. These students do not understand famous and notorious. Differentiate. What is famous? What is notorious? These young students doesn't understand. So if someone wants to solve the problems of the world, he must search for the true nature of the lie. He must understand the true nature of the lie. They do not understand what is famous, what is notorious. Because of a killing, he became the word throughout the world. It is notorious. Young generation do not understand. So in the Buddha's teaching, right understanding is very important. Understand rightly. Understand the true nature. Understanding the truth. So if someone wants to solve the problems of the world, he must understand the truth. So what kind of education nowadays? No? Moral education, spiritual education, religious educations. Nobody understand. These educations are very helpful, very essential in this present world. They are following after the science and technology. Because of science and technology, nuclear weapon, hydrogen bomb, rocket were produced. Therefore, we have to establish the age of spiritual renaissance, re-establishing the educational infrastructure, new educational infrastructure. In this educational infrastructure must be complete religious education, moral education, spiritual education must be completed, must be balanced. So, behind the evil, we must analyze what is the source of evil. Greed, hatred, delusion. These are source of evil doing. These are source of evil speaking. These are source of evil thinking. What are the God? Behind the God, we must understand what is the source of good, what is the source of good deed, good speech, good thought. Generosity, generous spirit, non-hatred, no anger. Actually, it is called loving kindness and compassion, wisdom, appreciated joy. These are the source of the good deed, good speech, good thought. I'm the Theravada Buddhist monk coming from Myanmar. Since 1992, we started our Theravada Buddhist mission in Austin, Texas. The purpose of our mission, I want to organize, I want to encourage the people, not only for the Burmese, not only for the American, the people of the whole world. We are citizens of the world. To all, I want to deliver the Buddha's message. I want to organize to establish spiritual renaissance, the age of spiritual renaissance. And then I want to convert the young generation from evil to God, from ignorance to enlightenment, from stingy to generosity, from hatred to love, loving kindness, pure love, without sensual desire, from cruelty to compassion, from jealousy to appreciated joy. This is real compassion. For this purpose, I traveled throughout the world. I came to the United States. I established this. I founded this associations and monastery. May the true teaching of all religious leader or spiritual leader spread throughout the world. May all of the spiritual leader and religious leader walk together on a common platform, common highway. Common highway means loving kindness, compassion, appreciated joy, and wisdom. This is my answer for your request. Thank you very much. loud. I want to sleep.
Start with that part. Where you were born, those kinds of things.
birthday tomorrow.
Oh, her birthday?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh.
So I was hoping it
Oh.
All right.
Ron.
Well, as we had said before, we'd like for you to, this is a,
Your voice is very low.
yeah, well, I'm keeping it low because you are the center. So the purpose of Common Ground is to bring you into the center to share your purpose and mission, where you come from, where you're going, and your purpose and mission here in Austin, and then anything else you would like to share, with a focus on sharing your story.
That is your question.
Yes, it's, you get to just speak it. You start by, if you would say your name and your title and where you're from. Why don't we start?